Okay, so today morning I woke up and I found a pile of iron sheets in front of my door. That's why I'm happy. This is the Insights, a production of the Kampasam magazine. And I am Menyata. Now, I'm still there under maybe a grass, but someone is out there putting shade for cows to be iron sheets, stolen from you. That's what we are talking about. Apparently, the minister of Karamoja, of course, you know, the state minister, Goretti, she's under fire. They shared iron sheets on WhatsApp. They are now crying, who bought for them data? Your MP could have received also some iron sheets. I don't know whether you saw it or somewhere. And the real minister for Karamoja, you know, Agnes Nandutu, apparently she's also involved. Instead of taking the iron sheets to Karamoja, she decided to branch somewhere in Mbale or Bududa and put it in her auntie's place. That's how our minister has decided to share iron sheets from the OPM's office on WhatsApp. Now there is this minister who comes from Kayunga. The other day we talked here about that same minister, Amos. He had put the shade for cows, full iron sheets, 28 gauge. Yes, you know how expensive that could be from the minister, from the OPM's office. So apparently, after we came here and we all here talking about that minister, how comes cows are sleeping under a shade, and maybe somewhere in Karamoja is there dying because of that, because they don't have shades, they don't have iron sheets. Woke up in the night, got all the village youth, they went and de-roofed that house. And they decided now to put the private what? Iron sheets. Iron sheets have become iron sheets. So what should we say about that? So long as you received, keep quiet with it. If you don't have, buy yours. Iron sheet cost around, I think, I don't know, maybe 35 or 40, depending on the gauge you're buying. But this is the Kampasa magazine. It's the Insights. A lot of things have been happening during the course of the week, leaving aside that thing of the iron sheets because we don't want to dwell more about it. Now there is this minister for Mbarara, the land of what? Amata, milk. He was arrested and remanded to Luzira prison after he failed to pay a debt of 992 million. That sounds like small money, right? If you're a minister or if you're some MP or what. So he's the MP of Mbarara North. He's called Rukari. In 2022, he went ahead and borrowed amount of 992 million from Ewan Kalunji and promised him that he was going to pay. By the way, you people who borrow money and you don't pay. What's up? I'm chasing someone for my 1K and someone is there just borrowing 900 million and just deciding to disappear just like that. I'm going to start dealing with you, some of you may be traditional. So court ruled out that this MP is supposed to be arrested and remanded to Luzira, and that's what happened. He failed to, after borrowing 992 million, he failed to pay now around 702 million. And he said, I don't have money, take me to prison if you want to take me. So bad for them. So now the entire constituency is not having an MP. Uganda. The other day we were all there celebrating because Serere had their own MP. They voted, Omoding won, of course, an independent candidate. And we are happy about that. We are like, yeah, finally, this time around we've beaten NRM. 1-0. Yesterday there was a signing of an agreement between NRM and Omoding, the newly elected MP for Serere. So he's saying his NRM leaning like his father. What should we say about that? Apparently, Omoding said that he signed that pact because they just wanted to be in equal terms so that the entire constituency is able to get better service. Doesn't want to be a strong opposition or something that maybe the entire constituency is not going to do what? To benefit. Of course, he beat Alaso, yes, beat FDC, Noop, and other people to become the MP of Serere. But keeping that one aside, Uganda. Now, there is a state minister who is also arresting youth. So long as you try and inquire whether she has gotten iron sheets, she just comes and arrests you because she's using police. I'm talking about the MP of Karenga, Northern Uganda, of course, Karamoja. She also received 800 iron sheets on the first day. Then the next day went for the balance. Now, every youth that comes and says, but we are seeing your name in the list of people who got iron sheets. Where are the iron sheets? For her, she has no time. Just goes ahead and arrests you. 10 people are on the run so far. They've crossed over to Acholi. They've crossed over to Teso. In fear of that. And she is the state minister for ethics and integrity. I don't know whether you know the meaning of that. Anyway, this is the insights. Now, talking about ethics and integrity, let's cross over now to our full minister of gender. I'm talking about Minister Amongi, you know her, of course. Nssf saga. She came and told the entire public that she is supposed to be regarded as a hero. Why? For whistleblowing what is happening in Nssf, whatever. Now, she has been pinned for chewing about 14 billion. 14 billion, do you know what that means? Apparently, Nssf is in deep trouble because we are seeing that they invested some money in Uganda Clays, and Uganda Clays are saying they don't know Nssf. And people who invested that money, they were promised around 1.8 billion by the former chairperson of Nssf. Now, the entire team from Parliament came and did the audit. They call it the audit committee, and they said, among certain Kapeka with, of course, you know, Saleh, the money, big man from Gulu. Of course, they went and met in Kapeka in a location that we don't know about it, and agreed to distribute some money amongst the board members and the minister. The minister is saying, me, I didn't receive any money. So where did the money go? You're saving your money every month. Do you know where the money is going? Some people are just pocketing it. That's why the State House Anti-Corruption Unit is supposed to come out and help Ugandans out there. But regarding what? I haven't seen any iron sheet. I haven't received any money from Nssf. So, who are we? A lot of things happening, but let's leave that on that. Remember to follow us on our YouTube channel. That's the Campasa Magazine, and all our social media handles. And also, don't forget, there is something new on our YouTube channel. You should go and check it out. Now, let's cross over to the story that has been making rounds all over, day in, day out. There is a gentleman called Mwesigwa. Do you know that name? So the other day, the first time he appeared with patches on the chest, claiming he has been tortured by the security of Uganda. He was abducted and taken to unknown places. He had, of course, some real bruises on the chest, left and right. I don't know whether they were trying to crucify him or what. He claimed that the army beat him and they put this iron, flat iron on his chest. But if you look very well, you realize that it was only the chest with the patches. The back were okay, the hands were okay, the cannula, of course, was there. I don't know how that torture was compared to Kakwenza, where the entire back you really see weeping. So 2 or 3 days after, we see the gentleman again being paraded by the army. So he finally comes out and is saying, for him, he was not tortured by the army. So who tortured him? He came out and said he was offered 50 million Ugandan shillings. Okay, he was promised 50 million Ugandan shillings to put patches on him. So Noop went ahead and put patches on him. They beat him, they tortured him. So when it came to payment, they did not pay him the 50 million. So now he's there in public claiming that actually Noop has a drone. Noop also tortures people. The very Noop is claiming that Sevo has drones and NRM and the entire thing. Nothing. The government is clean. So now he wants his 50 million from Noop. Let's first come back. This is the Campasa Magazine. Remember, the show is probably brought to you by a fine finishing. In case you want a king size bed or any woodwork, check on of course, the social media of the Campasa magazine, and also fine finishing. See you next time. I sign out for today.